Do what you can with what you've got where you are. Best lesson I ever learned. When I was police commissioner in New York City, we received a telegram from Germany informing us that a man by the name of Rector Althart was coming to preach in New York City. What this man may have been a rector of, if anything, I do not know. But everyone knew why he was coming to New York. He was an anti-Semite, a professional Jew hater. And all over Europe, he preached what he called sermons against the Jewish people. He preached that the Jews had murdered Jesus Christ. He preached that the Jews drank the blood of Christian babies. People believed this sort of nonsense. And so the Jewish leaders came to me because I was police commissioner. And they demanded that I prevent this man from speaking. I declared that I could not do that, and indeed I would not. In the United States of America, a man must, unless a man actually incites to riot, he must be allowed to speak his mind, no matter how loathsome his opinions may be. And these gentlemen left. You can imagine 11 rabbis leaving the room in a condition of low dudgeon, a very depressing spectacle. And I sat and thought, what could I do? And it came to me. I called in a young officer, Otto Raphael. I'd recruited him for the force myself. Wonderful young officer. And I said, look, Otto, how many Jewish police officers do you suppose we have on the force altogether? And he said, probably not very many, 30 or 40 perhaps. I said, that's enough. Get them together. I've got an assignment for them. 3 mornings later, there they were on the parade grounds, dress uniforms, splendid-looking bunch of young men. I called them the Maccabees. And my friends, I cannot tell you what a delight it is to speak to a bunch of people who have read their Bible. It is quite wonderful. I thank you for that. Yes, I call these young men the Maccabees after Judah Maccabee, the great Jewish warrior who threw the remnants of Alexander the Great's empire out of Palestine in 154 BC, for those of you who haven't read your Bible. And I gave them, these young men, their assignment. I made them bodyguard to this man Althart when he was to arrive in New York City. And I did one other thing. I wrote letters to the newspapers. At that time, there were 11 daily newspapers in New York City. I wrote them all letters explaining what I had done, and within 3 days there was an article in every single newspaper in New York City about how this loathsome and disgusting man was going to be allowed to preach his poisonous evangel against the Jewish people, and he would be allowed to do so in perfect safety because he would be bodyguarded by a special detachment of 40 of New York City's finest police officers, handpicked by the commissioner himself, and every one of them a Jew. And he quickly became a laughingstock and went back where he came from. You do what you can with what you've got where you are. Best lesson I ever learned.